what's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering, and it's been interesting to watch some of the fallout, and it's even more interesting to think about, to lick my chops at what is actually going to happen in maybe 2 to 3 months when everything kind of spins up back normal and people aren't captive audiences. There are a lot of mediocre television shows that are getting watched right now that simply will not be watched when everyone goes back to work, or when everyone can go to their state fairs or their music festivals or their gaming conventions. And it's already, some of the cracks are already starting to show, and I believe that I've got a few great examples of the woke programming. The first to seemingly be cut. Not only are employees from Marvel's comic book industry division, Marvel Entertainment, being furloughed, but I'll give you a perfect example of another ultra woke comic book pro who put together a show called Vagrant Queen, which is completely tanking on SciFi right now, and also reimagined Anakin Skywalker as an incel. Let's check how her programming is going. Now, to start things off, live-action Vagrant Queen series soars at SciFi. Wow, interesting. Very positive article, right? SciFi is going back to space with Vagrant Queen. This is May 17th, announcing the show would be run. According to Deadline, the show, which boasts an all-female team of writers, ooh, thank God. Again, this is exactly what I'm talking about, okay? This is exactly what I'm talking about. It's the second sentence in the article that's supposed to get people to watch the show. They're focusing on the fact that the writers are female. So by their logic, when the show fails, as I will show you as it is, then it's female writers suck, right? See, I can do that too. If you're telling me I'm supposed to watch a show because women wrote it, then I can then say if the show sucks, women can't write. I mean, right? I mean, obviously I don't believe that, but it's an interesting line of thinking. Director and showrunner created by Jem Gerard will get a 10-episode first season focused on Elida, an ex-child queen on the run from new government seeking to end her and her royal bloodline. Now, this is written by, a comic is written by Megs Visaggio. And she talks about the video they link here, for example. What kind of video do they link here? Would they want to link to something that I find interesting to tune into the show? That's what I would do if I were promoting a show. But no, they actually link to Eternity Girl Magdalene Visaggio on mental health in comics. Currently has 84 downvotes, 26 upvotes. Why are books not selling? Why are they going to landfills? Fruit bats. Can't sell comics, keep getting jobs writing comics, winning awards, nobody reads these comics, and now SciFi gives a TV deal for a comic nobody. What's wrong with her? Did they make a new I mean, it's not the most, not the best person to talk to about mental health. The self-importance of today's artist disgusts me. You're not the next Messiah. You're not even the next Jonah. You're D-list at best. Why does SciFi, I mean, is it any surprise that now, as of last week, SciFi is cancellation watch? Breaking news. SciFi boots Vagrant Queen from primetime schedule. SciFi's new space opera series, Vagrant Queen, premiered in late March, but is yet to find much of an audience. Shocking. And now it looks like the show is getting booted from primetime. Though through its first 3 episodes, it has averaged only a 0.07 rating based on same-day viewing for the 18 to 49 demographic, with its numbers sinking every single week. Neither SciFi nor parent company NBC Universal has an ownership stake in the show, so the network only makes money from advertising revenue, and that is driven by the same-day numbers. At the current levels, sponsors are certainly not interested in paying for commercial spots. Interesting. According to the current schedule, the planned April 17th airing has been preempted, and the network's website indicates the show will next air at 11 p.m. Eastern. That's midnight my time. That's practically Lily Singh time slot. The last time a sci-fi series got kicked out of primetime was in 2016 when Hunters was booted from Monday at 10 p.m. to midnight. The show also suffered from low ratings and was canceled at the end of the first season. Currently, it appears Vagrant Queen is headed to the same fate. With sinking ratings, I had quickly moved the show cancellation list to likely, and this scheduling shift seems to confirm its fate. And it has been flying solo on Friday nights without the benefit of a decent lead-in and did not receive much in the way of promotion from the network. Well, maybe they shouldn't have linked to the to Mags Visaggio talking about mental health, and instead, I don't know. I know this probably is crazy. I mean, this is a crazy marketing idea. Welcome to Jeremy's crazy marketing lab. If you want people to watch your TV show, maybe give them a reason to do it instead of parading around some nobody that nobody knows talking about something completely unrelated to the show. I know it's crazy. It's crazy that anyone might, react to good positive marketing. But I guess I'm just a wacky person. It is not the only known property based on Vault comic book series by Magdalene Visaggio. It is also not a well-known property based on the Vault comic series by Magdalene Visaggio and Jason Smith. It's possible this shows international financing or syndication deals that could keep it viable, but if not, it seems most certain that Sci-Fi will part ways with the series at the end of the season. Fans may want to make a call to action on social network to try and help it out, but it's not going to happen. The current season will be winding down soon and should expect to hear word about the fate of the shows such as USA's The Purge and ABC's Emergence and more. I believe that you're going to see a lot of these shows. I mean, this is the person that you're trying to get to appeal to an audience. Vagrant Queen writer Magdalene Visaggio rewrites Star Wars, imagines Anakin Skywalker as an incel. Sign me up. I mean, all 7 people who want to buy this book or even think like this. Vagrant Queen writer Magdalene Visaggio recently decided to reimagine Star Wars by claiming that the story makes much more sense if Anakin Skywalker is an incel. Visaggio wrote on Twitter, Anakin is a young white guy who's been told he's special for half his life, but now he's 25 and frustrated in the bedroom. And he's angry he isn't getting the recognition he thinks he deserves, so immediately falls under the sway of a bad guy from WW2. Honestly, if we look at him as an incel, his whole arc makes so much more sense. Coming from the people who call everybody who disagrees with them an incel. But yeah, I'm going to stay up until midnight to watch your show on Sci-Fi. Then you look at what's happening with Marvel. Marvel Entertainment, this is their comic book division, to begin furloughing employees. Maybe you shouldn't have been telling all of your customers that they're garbage people. Maybe they'd find a way to buy your book, because when you treat your customers with respect and when they know they're valued, they will go the extra mile for you. I know it's crazy in today's entitled designers and entitled comic book pros and entitled media personalities, but where I'm from, you earn your keep, all right? You earn your audience's respect, and then if you need them, they will show up for you. Unfortunately, for the last 5 years, most Marvel comic book pros have spent their off time on Twitter arguing with fans or telling them to not buy their book or calling them horrible people. Who could have foreseen this coming? Marvel Entertainment will begin furloughing employees in order to stop further financial distress amid the coup that continues to sweep the globe. The affected employees are just the latest that is, wreaking havoc on the entertainment industry. I don't feel bad. The latest blow for Marvel, which is confirmed just weeks ago, is that be ceasing comic book production and distribution on a third of its title schedule for May and June. This will be at least the second round of Disney furloughs this month, after Marvel Entertainment's parent company also made similar cutbacks recently at Lucasfilm and Pixar. Similarly, Diamond Comics Distributor, which ships most of the country's comic books, has been shut down more than a month, announced a round of furloughs not long ago, though a silver lining was just announced that it hopes to be back up in production by mid-May. That's a whole nother month. Another month of people quickly realizing that they don't need to spend money on comic books. Another month of people being put in a position where they can't afford to spend money on comic books. People aren't going to come back because you didn't want them there in the first place. The furloughs go into effect April 26th, and according to a report from Newsarama, Marvel didn't comment on the number of employees that will be affected or for what division of the company they work, but will continue to receive but they will continue to receive medical benefits, the source confirms, and are eligible for state unemployment. Marvel Entertainment also includes Marvel Studios, so it's unknown how many Marvel Cinematic Universe productions may be impacted. A furlough doesn't necessarily mean the person's position has been terminated, only that the services are temporarily no longer needed. Oh no, they're done. A third of these people will be rehired. That's what happens. Here's what happens in the real world, and I know many of my viewers understand this. You know, morons on Twitter don't. Companies are learning to do more with less right now. They're trimming fat. They're running lean. They're trying to remain profitable. Everybody's working double shifts. They're cutting redundancies. And then what's going to happen? I'll give you two scenarios, comic book pros. Do you think, A, the company that now realized that it can run with a third as many employees is going to just bring back all that bloat? Or are they, B, going to continue the same amount of employees and greatly increase their profit margins? I mean, again, I'm no marketing genius, but, you know, I've been around. You know, most of these comic book people have never worked a real job. Most of the people that report on this stuff, social media personalities, have never worked a real job. Most of these people have never been laid off. I've been laid off. I've also laid people off. I've seen grown adults crying when you lay them off. I've been in that room where they ask everyone else to leave and then you realize you're the one getting laid off, all right? Most of these comic book pros have spent years, months deriding comic book fandom, calling it gatekeepers, calling them toxic. Well, I guess we're going to save our money now and give it to people that actually care. Hope you enjoyed the Unemployment Line comic book pros. At least you'll have company. Hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.